What's up everybody, thanks for tuning in. In this video I played the back 9 at Angeles National Golf Club in Sunland, California, just a few miles north of Burbank. The back 9 is about 3,200 yards. The course has narrow fairways, undulating greens, and a desert landscape that creates a great view. It was my first time playing this course. I heard so many good things about it, so without further ado, here we go. Hole 10, par 4, 427 yards, pretty straight away. I hit a great drive right down the middle. That's always good on your first shot. Have 150 yards, middle of the fairway. Absolutely chunk it into that bunker, which isn't even greenside. Have about 40 yards left, hitting my third shot. Caught it pretty clean, got it on the green. Left myself a par putt about 20 feet uphill. Left that out to the right a little, just didn't break how I thought. Bogey on the first. Next hole, hole 11, is a short par 4, 293 yards. Tee shot, I just absolutely block it out to the right into the bush. Hitting again. Third shot, I don't know why I couldn't do that the first time. It was perfect. Pin high, left myself a simple little chip up the hill. Got that chip on the green, 10-foot putt for par, breaking right to left. Put a nice roll on it and I saved the bogey. Next hole was a very short par 3, just 120 yards. Hit about an 80% pitching wedge. Just nice high draw, landed on the left side of the green. Had about a 30-foot putt, snapping left to right. Was just trying to lag it up there. Left it about 3 feet short, but I managed to clean that up and get my first par of the day. Hole 13, par 5, pretty short, 480 yards. However, another block driver into the bushes. Now I'm hitting 3 off the tee. I overcorrected and I hit a low hook. It looked like it was going to run into these rocks, but thankfully it stayed short into the left rough, if you want to call it that. There's no real rough here, it's all pretty short. Hit a 4-iron from about 210 yards out. Managed to get it on the green, so now I'm putting for a par, which would have been my eagle if only my first drive stayed in play. Hit a nice lag. This is for bogey. I might have the putting yips. I don't know what happened there. We got a double. On to the next. This is where things took a turn for the worst. Par 3, 199 yards. Pretty simple. There's a big layup area to the left, but I guess I'm blocking it with my irons now too. That was a 5-iron. I hit it good, just way right. Re-teed it. Second shot went right as well, but this one stayed in play. In the bunker, hitting 4. I barely get that out onto the fringe. Putting for double now. That thing comes flying off of the fringe. I guess I misread the break. Now I have about 15 feet for a 6 now, triple. See how that goes. 7, quadruple on a par 3. At this point, I'm pretty frustrated. I'm just trying to take it one hole at a time. Hit a kind of low hook again. The rough does slope towards the center, so I managed to get in the fairway. Had about 160, hit an 8 iron, but I chunked it again. This one not as bad. I have about 30 yards to the hole now, chipping. Hit my 60 degree, landed just past the hole, it spun a little. I have about 10 feet for par coming down the hill. Saved the par on that one. That one felt good considering the quadruple on the last hole. Now we're heading into a par 5, 500 yards, dogleg left. Well, I did not hook that one. That one was kind of a spinny cut out to the right. There was some fairway over there though. At this point I was about 280 yards and the green is uphill, so I just wanted to lay up. Hit a 6 iron, left myself a comfortable number in. About 100 yards away, hit my 54, about 90%, but I guess I should have done a full swing. I underestimated that uphill green. Chip it, misjudged it, runs past the hole. So now I've got a tricky 12-foot putt for par, breaking left or right. Put a good roll on it, but it just stayed out there on the left. Not much I could do there. Bogey. Hole 17, par 4. This one's an interesting hole. It's 366 yards, but it's a huge dogleg right. You're supposed to go for where the target is and then have a 150-yard shot, but I went right into this massive bunker. At this point I have about 120 yards, taking my gap wedge. Get a pretty clean strike on it. I guess it just wasn't enough. Left myself a chip on the front left portion. Again, I misjudged the spin on the greens and my chip goes past the hole. Now I have a tricky downhill putt for par. Another putt that did not break in. At this point I was like, just get me home. Hole 18, pretty narrow tee shot. Can't go left, can't go right. There's bunkers, but you know, I went left myself here. Have to punch out. Just trying to find a comfortable stance. Managed to punch it out. I have 140 yards, hitting my third shot, and I chunk it again. You hear it bounce off the rock into the water. I go a little closer, hitting 5 now. Lands on the green, but this time it spins off left because I had that draw spin on there. Hitting 7 now. Same spot. Hit a little knockdown this time. Took some spin off. Now I have this for an 8. Goes past the hole about 4 feet. I clean that up. 9, 5 over, quintuple. 15 over on the back 9 at Angeles National. Rough day. Probably the worst golf I've played in 2 years.
But I'm sure you guys know that's how golf goes, and I look forward to getting back out on the course.
Thank you guys for watching, and I will be back with more.